The biggest mistake, in my opinion, an artist can make is being a purist. By purist, I mean being so focused on the art and making it excellent, making it the best possible, that you completely neglect the business side. Because an artist, at its core, is very focused on the craft. And it's very easy to think that for a creation, a piece of art, to attract its rightful audience, all it needs to be is the best. And as long as the art is good enough, it will automatically reach its audience, reach its fans. But you have to focus on the craft. It's true and not true. It's true in a sense because obviously you have to have a level of artistry, a level of quality for your art to be deemed worth somebody's money. But let's face it, you just need to look around and then you realize that there's a lot of subpar creations out there that have gained mainstream traction. Then you've got underground pieces of art that are really deserving of more traction, but they don't get it. Why? I can't say I know for sure, but I'm quite confident that part of the problem is that they're focusing on just the craft, whereas there are two sides to the coin. There's, like I said on X, formerly known as Twitter, I still call it Twitter. Follow me on Twitter, the link is there. As I said on Twitter, the aim with your art is to master the craft and the business side of the craft. Because if you don't do that, you then can't generate any revenue and you can't sustain your art unless you've got money stashed around, you're a trust fund baby, or you've inherited a lot of money or what have you. Because otherwise what is going to happen is you're gonna perpetuate this image that we have of the struggling artist. For a reason or another, we kind of perpetuate that image. It's true, an artist is very often struggle because artists are very misunderstood. Sometimes it takes their death to actually become mainstream. They become successful posthumously very often. But that's more the past. Now we've got so many possibilities to spread your art around. But to come back to being a purist, when you're a purist, you think all I have to do is do my art, and I can't even be interested in anything else because that would make me be a sellout. I don't want to sell. The art has to sell itself. I don't want to market. That's the job of a slimy individual. Well, yeah, there are slimy salespeople, there are slimy marketing people, but it doesn't mean that you can't market and sales and that's inherently bad. In fact, that's inherently necessary to engage in those. But that's a video for another time. If you want to, let me know in the comments and I'll see if I can dive into the sales and the marketing. But just the mindset of just being obsessed, having narrow vision on just the art, what it does, it makes you open to a lot of exploitation. It makes you open to big platforms manipulation. Now, I'm not saying they're necessarily cynical, those big platforms, but if you only see their model of business and you just go for that, you don't see where there could be a better option for you. This is the option that the big platforms give you. Like, I'm talking if you're an artist doing music. You put your music on Spotify, iTunes, Deezer, and all the rest of it. All those big platforms. If you are a writer, you put your books on Amazon, or maybe you try to get a traditional publishing house to give you a book deal, and they give you, if you're fortunate, an advance, and then you have to earn your royalties. All of those big platforms, they have heavy overheads. Before they pay you, they've got to think of paying the buildings they're in, the people they employ, the marketing they do to promote your project, your art. And then they have to make their own profit. Finally, they're gonna give you a cut. More often than not, that cut will be small. It only makes sense for you to sign a contract with those, or to try and tap into those big platforms if you know that you have a large following. So you've got a big pie. So even if they give you, so now arbitrary figure, 10% of the big pie, you still get your million, because it's a big pie that you have. But if you're a small creator with a small following, it doesn't make sense. You can pump as much advertising, investment in Amazon, in Spotify, in Facebook ads, and all the rest of it. It's gonna be hard to make a profit, because after they've taken their cut, the big platforms, you've got nothing. And I'm not saying that as a, talking to you if you are creative from a place of superiority, because until very recently I didn't realize, and I was playing the big platform game as well, but then I realized, hang on, there's another way. Because I've been on Spotify for I don't know how long now, decades, probably 1 or 2 decades. I've been on Amazon for a decade, and the problem with those platforms, I have nothing to show for all that time, because those platforms, they want you to reach a level of sales before they pay you out. I can't remember for Amazon, I haven't looked into it, but with Spotify, it used to be that I don't know if it's the same for everybody, but I had to make £50 before they pay me these £50, 45 days after I've accrued that amount, and then I have to wait for the money to come to £50 again, and then they give it to me. If I don't reach the £50, they keep the £50. And with a book deal, let's say you've got a book deal, great. The problem is they may even give you an advance. Even if your book doesn't do well, you don't have to make you don't have to pay back the advance. But then after that, they're gonna be paying you royalties. All I'm saying is that there's always something that they have to recoup before they pay you out. Now, the other option is you cut out the middleman. You own your own platform, create your website, put your creations in there, build a community. They go straight to you, pay to you, and nobody's taking a percentage of your profit. It goes straight to you. That's the best position to be in. Now, you may be thinking, oh yeah, I don't want to own a website. I'm not a tech savvy. I don't have a team that could support me if something goes wrong. I'm scared. So you can go for a smaller platform like a Gumroad. I'm using Gumroad at the minute. They're not sponsoring this video, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I use Gumroad, put the creations in there, then the people go straight there. Okay, Gumroad may take a small fee, but it's very straightforward. I know what I'm getting, and I'm getting it quickly, not in 45 days or 90 days after they've recouped all their overheads. Another thing I was gonna say as well is something I found out regarding the music industry is there's a lot of things that are baked in the contract if you're an artist and you've been signed up to a label that are completely antiquated and that are really robbing the artist blind. Like there's a clause where the label is able to claim damage over the products in case there's a problem in the transportation. We don't have transportation problem anymore. We don't even sell CDs. Everything is online. We don't sell vinyls. Everything is online. But this clause is protecting the label in case there's a problem of transportation. Of what? Of the MP3 from the server to your computer or your phone? That should not exist anymore. It still is. Another way that your money is getting siphoned out of your pocket. But it only makes sense if you've got a large audience and it doesn't matter to you because you get your million anyway. For small creators like us, I'm guessing like you and me, it's very damaging. It's much better. Now, I'm not saying don't go on the big platforms. It's good. In case you go viral, in case you take the world by storm, at least they can go and find you there. But this should not be where you put all your eggs. Because what they do, they take your eggs away. They say, don't worry, we've got an industrial machine that will incubate your eggs and make them grow and multiply. And then you have millions of chickens. I don't need millions of chickens. I don't want these eggs to hatch. Things, they take it away. They might never hatch. Just invest in your little incubator and watch it grow, watch it hatch. Your little eggs, maybe it's 2 eggs, maybe it's 3, maybe it's 5. Doesn't matter. Just do your little thing and see the rewards straight away. Not in 45 days, 90 days, or if you reach a certain level of sales. Just get it straight away. That's what I want for you. Anyway, that is it. So thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I see you next Wednesday for another one. Ciao.